Hello and welcome back to My Atlanta Garden for another episode on Where on Earth is she going to plant that? A plant haul series because this time of year, plants just appear. I love new plants, you love new plants, so let's geek about new plants together. In the first episode, we geeked out about the 3 new hydrangeas that I'm planting in the garden. If you want to watch it, it's the last video posted. I think I can link it up here for you. This episode is all about my second favorite topic, which are shrubs and trees. So let me show you the 3 new shrubs and trees that I'm adding to my garden. Pardon me. Excuse me. If I could just scooch on in here. Thank you very much. Okay, this isn't going to work. Much better. So around me, beside me, near me, are the 3 shrubs and trees that I am adding to my garden this year. You might be thinking, well, Michelle, these things look exactly the same, and you're not completely wrong, but there are some subtle differences. And while I don't have any experience growing any of them, I do have some reasons why I'm really excited to add them in the garden. And these are pretty special shrubs and trees, so I want to tell you all about them. Let me start with the tree, which is not you and not you, but this one. This is a Serviceberry tree, although it looks much like a shrub right now. And it's really special because it has a very narrow growing habit. So this isn't a tree that's going to get 12 feet tall and wide, which takes a lot of foresight and thoughtfulness when placing in a garden. I don't contain either foresight or thoughtfulness. I kind of plant things and then go, whoop, that didn't work out, and then move them when they actually get to their mature size. So that is my bad. This is something that's going to be very easy to place because it is about as wide as your standard compact hydrangea shrub. Basically, this grows 4 feet wide, but 15 feet tall. A nice columnar, upright, gorgeous tree. In addition to its shape, it's got a couple of other benefits that I think it's worth geeking out over. Let's geek out together. This is an edible tree. Well, not tree. Well, edible fruit. Serviceberry is going to ripen right after blueberries. They're kind of blueberry-like, but maybe a little bit more tropically, and they're absolutely delicious. Last year, I went with my kids and we scouted around to find a Serviceberry so they could try it. They both loved it, so I got 2 thumbs up from them about adding this to the garden. The other benefit is that this is a native plant, and I know there's a lot of people that try to plant only native in their garden or 70% native in their garden. If that is the journey that you were on, this is something that's going to fit into your plant palette. On top of being native and producing edible fruit, it also has the most beautiful showy blooms. This blooms white in early spring when a lot of things in the garden are dead. I think about the same time as daffodils, if I'm remembering correctly. I kind of social media stalked this tree, so I'm very excited to add this to my garden. Does it look like a tree right now? No, but if I'm looking at this tree and judging it just based on what I see here, I'm seeing about 11 inches of new growth, and we're still very early into the season. So I think this is going to be growing at about a foot a year. I'm making all of this up based on assumptions and the green growth that I see now. So if that holds true, it will be a pretty sizable tree-formed looking shrub over the next few years. So this is something that you're gonna wait on, but I think it's going to be worth the wait, and I'm really excited to add it to the garden. Let me go show you where it's going. This was such a bad idea. I should not do this. I thought it would be really cute and we'd have a moment together with the plants, but it's laundry time now. And the Serviceberry is going right here in the corner. I feel like I need to have a pardon my progress sign in this part of the garden, but you know how things are always changing. In the past, we had a really big, gorgeous, lovely vitex here that I grew from a tiny shrub size, probably about this same size, and it was gorgeous. But later on, we added these steps so that we could access this area, and the vitex was really planted way too close to the steps. So I basically found myself pruning back the vitex more than I was enjoying it. And the truth is, it was way too close to the steps. Something that's more narrow and upright would be a much better fit for this space. So I'm super excited. This is going right here. And I think this also means I have some space for a few compact shrubs that can go right here. Maybe something evergreen this time to really finish off this space. So the next thing that I'm adding to my garden is a snowberry bush, which I don't know the Latin name for it. Should we be speaking in Latin names? Symphocarpus, Symphoricarpus, Symphoricarpus. I wouldn't be shocked if I completely butchered that, but I tried my best. So this is something that I wanted to add to the garden for a while, and my brain in springtime is not thinking about fall interest. I'm sorry, it just isn't. It's thinking about all the beautiful things blooming at the garden center right now. And so what happens is that my garden seems to look a little bit more blah and tired come fall. And it's completely my fault. I don't have any sort of plan. I just kind of see things that look pretty and add them to the garden. And I try to arrange things tallest, middle layer, short layer. That's really the only garden rule that I follow. So when I saw these, I knew I needed to add them to the garden. So now this fall, I'm gonna have beautiful white berries and lovely fall interest that I've been meaning to add to the garden, but I keep forgetting. Aside from that, this is a really nice shape. This gets about 2.5 feet tall and wide, and it's very upright and has a bit of like an arching habit. So I even think these branches might be really fun to add into bouquets, flower arrangements. This is going to be multi-purpose. It is not an evergreen, and I do love adding evergreens, but not everything can be everything all at once. And I have an area in my garden that is sorely lacking that fall interest, but it is a full sun space. So this shrub is going to be the perfect backdrop for some perennials. Let me show you where it's going. And these are where the snowberry bushes are going. And I think you can see why I don't need a ton of spring or even summer interest here. These blue butterfly scabiosas bloom all spring and summer. What I'm really missing in this space is fall interest. I do have 2 strawberry Sunday hydrangeas. These are going to bloom in late summer, and then they're going to get a little bit of that pink color into fall. But truly, this is going to be the star of the show come fall, because nothing else really looks all that good in this bed. So I thought this would be the perfect thing to add here. On to the next shrub. It's also a full sun shrub. I guess we're in a full sun theme. And this is also a shrub that is going to get about 3 to 3.5 feet tall. Can you see, is all of this in frame? Is that better? It's in bloom. No, that's awkward. That's more awkward. All right, we're going back to position number 1. And instead, I'm gonna insert some footage of this so you can see what I'm talking about. This is a Hypericum shrub. Nope, it's Hypericum. Hypericum? Feel free to also correct me on this pronunciation. But the variety name of the shrub is pumpkin. And I think that's the perfect name because it has these beautiful yellowy orange berries that are just gonna be stunning in flower arranging. So I'm not a flower farmer or a flower arranger, but I do love to make arrangements to bring inside my own home or to gift to neighbors or family and friends. It's just so much fun to bring an arrangement to somebody and be like, oh, no big deal, I grew that. Not that I need the praise and the appreciation, but it's a nice flex to be able to make. Back to this shrub. If you don't know what Hypericum, however you pronounce that, they are those cute berry additions to flower arrangements that last a very, very long time in a vase and add a ton of interest. And I would imagine if it lasts a long time in the vase, it's probably going to have a very long season of interest in the garden. So first you get these cute yellow flowers and then these gorgeous berries that develop. As you can see, this is a very upright, narrow growth pattern. Let's see. It looks like it'll get about 3 feet tall, 2 to 2.5 feet wide. So yeah, that tracks. And honestly, I've been replacing a couple of perennials with shrubs just because there's less things you have to do. There's no deadheading a shrub. There's pruning here or there, but most shrubs you can just put in the ground, remember to water them the first few years, and then after that, you kind of forget them, and they just keep on doing whatever it is they do, and they look good. Also, I have noticed that I tend to kill less shrubs than perennials, so that's maybe another reason why I've started leaning into shrubs recently. I know you're shocked, but I also have the perfect spot for this, so let me show you where it's going. So pumpkin is going right here. You have to kind of use your imagination because once it gets planted, you won't be able to really see it. But I think about 3 feet is right here-ish. Pumpkin is going to be a little bit taller than this opening act Pinkadot phlox and peek out with that yellow-orange color in front of this and then also this beautiful red bud. So I will have a gorgeous yellowy orange accent that accents both the phlox and this gorgeous red bud. And behind me is an oak leaf hydrangea. I think it'll just be perfect. That's it. If you made it to the end of this video, I always want to close by saying thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel and my garden here in Atlanta. Gardening is fantastic in and of its own, but being able to share my garden on YouTube with so many of you makes it even more special. So again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you in the next episode.